Hi everybody, it's Monday, November 6, 2023. Good morning and welcome to Against the Public. I'm Dana Lane. We're the only show that combs through early betting patterns, tells you exactly where you might want to steer clear of early public opinion. Today we've identified 3 college basketball games. Yep, college basketball is here. The avalanche of games has started and it will not end and probably until about June or so. College basketball will, but it just so much going on until June where we get that little break in the baseball season. We've identified 3 college basketball selections to start the year. These games might be a little bit misguided because the public is on one side and we're going to jump on the other, but we just want to make sure there's no damage to your bankroll, and that's what this show is all about. Before we get to it, our record. Winning day on Sunday that moved our record to 82-63 on the show, 57% winners. And we're going to try to improve on that today. So close to getting a 3-0, but just couldn't get it. But we'll take 2-1. I told you we would come back after that 2-1 Saturday, which we seem to do every time that we have a bad day. We come back the next day. Thank you to everybody who got involved with my NFL 3-pack yesterday as well. Another 2-1 day on the 3-pack, which is good enough for a profit. Now up to 6-1 in the NFL. So make sure you get on my NFL side and total tonight on Monday Night Football. Also, college basketball, bringing it back to that. My 3-pack is up right now, $49.99. That package, all 3-pack packages comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee. You must profit or we will give you an immediate site credit for your purchase price. You can also bypass my daily purchases by getting a 30-day pass, which just seems to be extremely popular. Get a 30-day pass for $399.99. Get every single one of my plays that I send out, and I try to send out quite a few a day, so somewhere between 6 and 8, maybe 10 on the weekends, based on the sport. We break it up a little bit so you have plays in every sports. But get involved in that. Just about $13.13 a day, and 5-3 on Sunday, 2-0-1 on the ice. Clients are now up 910 units, which ranks #1 amongst handicappers with at least 50 plays. So we're on fire. We fire away every day. Go get that credit card. Let me get to work for you right now. Before I get to my 3 games, let's go through some numbers. And it's the same old stuff all the time. I always think I'm going to jump into the numbers and find something that's going to give us this massive advantage. And you do. You really just have to kind of get down to the, to the bare minimum of these numbers. You can't just, bet favorites or bet underdogs. It's never that easy. But if you do bet favorites, just want to let you know that last year favorites were 2,018 and 1,966. Good for 50.65% winners. Not good enough to make a profit, minus $12,990 for $100 bettors. It's even worse if you bet underdogs blindly, which I hear all the time in the books. People say, I only bet dogs. Well, that's why you wear the same shirt every week. That's terrible. I should never have said that. Anyway, minus 23,151 units for underdog bettors in college basketball. When a team is receiving 50.1% or more of the money, the record is 1,895, 1,889, which is also good for a win. And that's the second thing I hear all the time. I go against the public. Well, you go against the public in most sports, and you're not going to be a winner because the book wants you in that range where everybody is winning, but not enough to take home a profit. So they want you below. They want you really be somewhere in that 50% to 52 range, 52.3 range. They want you in there. That is their sweet spot. And it is incredible how, if you go through all the sports, how they are right in, especially when we're talking about point spreads. It's different when you talk about money lines, but most point spread sports, they're right in that range. It's incredible how good they are at their job. So 50.1% or more of the money wins as far as the win-loss column, does not win as far as the bankroll column. Which teams are the best to bet against? And this is over the last 3 seasons. Coming in at number 3 is Penn State, 50-32-2, plus 1,353 units. Eastern Washington, the Eagles are at number 2 at 52 and 31 against the spread, plus 1,608 units. And the very best team to wager on, we see this today already. I mean, there's been quite a movement in this game. Number one, Toledo Rockets, 62 and 31 against the spread, plus 2,571 units. The worst teams, well, we'll start off with Pacific. The Tigers are 26, 45, and 2 against the spread, minus 2,139 units. Eastern Illinois, 30 and 51 ATS, minus 2,346 units. And the very worst team to bet against, bet on the last 3 seasons, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane, 27 and 49 ATS, minus 2,435 units. Okay, let's get to today's free college basketball plays. We're going to start it off with SIU Edwardsville, the Cougars against the Dayton Flyers. The Flyers minus 15.5, 135. This number has moved slightly after opening up at minus 15, and I do think it's going to hold steady, so you can get involved right now. I don't think you're going to get much better than 15.5. I thought Dayton will be around 18, so I love this number. And the Flyers, of course, are hoping to build off their 22-win season last year. But the Cougars were pretty competitive away from home last year. And I always defer to people that know these specific teams better than I, because honestly, if we were being 1,000% honest, I probably have seen 3 Cougar games in over the last 3 years, but you rely on your contacts to give you good information. We do know that the Flyers are a really good defensive team. I've seen them a bunch. Not so great on the offensive end. Obviously, things change from year to year. I need to see that before I'm going to lay 15.5 points. We saw the Cougars set program records last year for overall wins, wins inside the conference, so their trajectory is moving up. They're also an experienced team. They have 3 juniors and 2 seniors as their starters, so they're not going to be overwhelmed going into Dayton to play the Flyers, who have a little bit of a tendency to not play well early in the season. And Rayshon Taylor is probably one of the better guards that you have not heard about, according to my contacts. So we're going to watch that tonight. We're going to take the Cougars plus 15.5. Princeton Tigers at the Scarlet Knights. Scarlet Knights 5.5, 137.5. We see 60% of the money line money coming in, or the money line wagers coming in on Rutgers, which paves the way for us to go on the other side. This number has deflated a little bit from -6 to -5.5. And last year, both teams were pretty good against the number, pretty reliable against the number. And of course, we remember Princeton, fantastic run with their wins against Missouri and Arizona to get to the Sweet 16. I think Steve Peichel, the head coach of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, even back all the way back into the spring, has talked about the depth. I think you're going to see the Scarlet Knights try to develop that depth a little bit more, where Princeton's going to be focused on getting their starting 5, getting their starting 5 ready for the rest of the season. I don't think it's more of a depth thing with Rutgers than it is with Princeton. And when we compare starting 5s, I'm going to take Princeton if you're going to give me the 5.5 points. So that's our second selection. And then game number 3, North Carolina A&T, the Aggies at the Pittsburgh Panthers. The Panthers, big favorites, -24, 137.5 is the total. This number has been pounded down. The total has been pounded down after opening at 142, down 137 to 137.5, 4.5 points. 67% of the money is on the under. We know there's been some turnover in the backcourt for the Panthers, but I think their front court should have a terrific night. Look for Blake Hinson to basically pick right up where he left off. I think the Panthers are going to blast the Aggies tonight. Not going out on a limb with that one, but if we can get the Panthers in, or check that, if we can get the Aggies in the high 50s, I think Pittsburgh's going to do the rest. We're going to take the over 137.5. Let's see first, though. Let's see how far this number is going to fall before we go in there and put our money behind it, because it's been dropping all day. So maybe we get a 136.5. Maybe we get a 137. The key is to get the best number available. We're going to use 137.5 because that's what it is right now. Okay, just to recap today's 3 plays. SIU Edwardsville, which is team number 775 on your rotation, plus 15.5. 779 Princeton plus 5.5, and 783, 784 NCANT. I thought I was going to say AT&T. I didn't. but I just had to get that out. NCAA, Pittsburgh over 137.5. Please go to pickdawgz.com right now. Get involved with my many packages that I have up there, including my college basketball 3-pack tonight, my top games for $49.99. Of course, you know that comes with our Pick Dawg win guarantee. You must profit, or we'll give you an immediate site credit for the purchase price, no matter how you join me. And guys, everybody that jumped on the 30-day pass, thank you so much. We're going to make you money, and I appreciate that so much. No matter how you join me, make sure you do. Feel free to DM me at Dana Lane Sports or on the YouTube page. Please hit the like button if you do. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. We wish you and your wagers all the best on Monday.